Hang in there. Hang in there. We're going to be there. We're coming.
Make sure to pin the link on your end, Lou, in the chat. It won't let me pin it. I don't have it up right now.
Okay. All right.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hi there, y'all. I got my sidekick with me. You want to meet her? Come on in.
Hey,
There
y'all.
she is.
Hey, Father Fish.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain. How are you?
I'm good. Goodness, nice to see you.
Nice
Great
to see
be
you too.
here. Who else here? We got 21 people here. 21
far.
people. Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's already went up to 22.
22.
That
You
was
probably
fast.
got 20. Well, it went down to 20 now. What are you going to do?
Shoot.
It's a portable feast. You know, it really is. People come and go
Mm-hmm.
all night long. People coming in and going out. We usually run. It can get as high as 1,000 times. People are in and out in the 2 hour period. Who knows how many that really is? Usually it's about 100, about 100 different people or so are here, kind of in and out. We usually average a high of 50 to 60 at any one time, but that doesn't mean that's all the people who are here with us. It's a lot more than that. Well, this is a day that's still unfolding.
Yeah.
Glory, still unfolding. Mercy. This is a harrowing day in our nation's history.
What happened? I haven't heard the news.
Charlie Kirk. You know who Charlie Kirk is?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He was killed today.
Whoa, I hadn't heard of that.
He was killed in the middle. He's been going to college campuses and conversing with people, having open discussion, open conversation. And he was right at the beginning, about 15 minutes in to his presentation. There were a couple of thousand people there. and somebody shot him, killed him.
Wow, I hadn't heard about that. That's horrible.
Yeah, that it absolutely is horrible. And I don't know. I really I want to talk about this. But it is impossible to talk about it without someone being offended.
Yeah.
And I guess my attitude is if you're offended, then you're the one with the problem. Because what's going on is wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah, it is. That's horrible news.
It's evil. It's destructive. As Elon said today, it's murder. And there is a political party that is good. All right, let me do this. Let me just tell a little story. Because a lot of you, particularly if you're younger, you're probably not aware of this. But I remember I was in college in the 60s. And colleges in the 60s, not the big universities. I didn't go to a big university. Well, I did ultimately, but my undergraduate work was at a little college in southeastern Kentucky called Union College, not far from Berea, if any of you know that school. Union College was and is a Methodist school sponsored by the Methodist Church. At that time, I was majoring in philosophy and English. And the president, in his great wisdom, hired some of the
You froze,
professors.
Dish. What'd you say? You froze. What did you say?
Where'd I end off?
It was about 2 seconds in or 3. You was talking about how the professor said, and then it froze, and you was like that.
Okay, so the president of my college hired some of the most intellectual professors who were available. I don't know whether they gave more money or a challenge or whatever, but I was blessed with men and women as professors who were older, who had been teaching for many years. So they had a maturity and a wisdom about them. They were some of them were retired, they were emeritus, and they were people who had been honored in their field. Really a remarkable staff. It only lasted about 5 years, my duration there. And frankly, I don't know what happened after that. But that all that is to say is that I was fortunate enough to have very highly qualified, very intellectual, devoutly Christian professors who were committed to being open-minded, being having open dialogue about all issues, who had no sense of entitlement and no sense in which one view should be held and another should not. It was open dialogue, and we were encouraged to think, to discuss, to debate, and to build our own intellectual foundation. What I learned early on in those years was that beginning in about 1916 to 1918, when the Communist Party in Russia was just coming into power, that their philosophy, their goal was to take over the world. And as a part of that goal, they developed a very specific plan for all cultures, all major cultures, all major nations in the world, but most especially for the United States. And the campaign that they developed was to first infiltrate education and then infiltrate religion and break down the value system of the culture. At that point, we were a culture with very deep, very strong principles, very strong values. So from that point on, from about 1920, there were literally thousands of people, first hundreds, and then thousands, and then tens of thousands of converts who were openly and aggressively working. By the early 60s, they had achieved enough authority, enough dominance to begin effectively coming against traditional culture.
Wow.
The 60s. Think about what you know or what you've heard about the 60s.
Mhm.
I lived through the 60s. It was an absolutely remarkable period. Now, I was on one side of this. I considered myself very deeply involved in the culture of the 60s. I did not consider myself to be a conservative. Not at all. I considered myself to be liberal, meaning open minded,
Mhm.
meaning looking at all options, meaning examining life, examining things, and coming to conclusions about what was right and good. And so I was deeply involved in the 60s, the late 50s, and the whole 60s, but it really came together most strongly by the mid 60s up through the early 70s. And that's when I was in my heyday. I give you two things I did. I was in New England. I was pastoring a Unitarian church. Back when Unitarians considered themselves to be Christians. Did you know that that was true? It is. They were monotheists. That is, they did not accept the Trinity. That was a stumbling block for them. But they, to a person, the entire Unitarian Universalist Association considered themselves to be Christian. That didn't change until late in the 70s. But when I was a Unitarian pastor for about 5 years, 6 years maybe. And it was true because they gave me a full scholarship to go to Tufts University, to the theology school at Tufts. The best
Wow.
education I could have gotten. The only thing that would have been better than that, would have been to go to Harvard. And I could have gone to Harvard. I would have been accepted. It was open enrollment, basically. I didn't because there were professors coming over to Crane from Harvard who were teaching. They essentially got thrown out of Harvard. And it was over LSD. Remember the LSD movement? That
I've
was
heard of
that
it.
was occurring at Harvard.
Oh, wow.
They were giving LSD to mentally ill people in institutions.
Wow. I didn't know
The
that.
the 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 psychologist who headed up that, Dr. Eugene Clark, was kicked out of Harvard for that program, and he came over to Crane Seminary. And he was my professor for 3 years. We also had, at that point, we had a man who was the first PhD in group dynamics and group therapy coming out of that program at Boston University. I had been to Boston for about half a semester. I was married to a woman who was very, very sick, and we could not stay. We had to leave and go back home. She later returned to her family, and I lost track of her, but I don't think she lived much longer. In any case, I was at Boston University, had been accepted there right out of Union College. So when we left, went back to Baltimore, I worked in Department of Welfare for 2 years. I was on the streets of Baltimore in the deepest slums, the biggest, most overwhelming project in the city. I was on the street all the time, working with people, being part of that community. I never feared for a moment, not a moment.
That's amazing.
I would not dare walk those streets today. I have friends who are Black men in those communities who do not dare walk those streets today.
That's sad.
And I guess this is where I'm going with this. To kind of take a leap forward. Our culture has become corrupted.
Yes, it has.
And it's become corrupted by design, by those who are of our republic. They're enemies of our government, enemies of our nation, enemies of our society, who want to see us crushed. That's the truth of it. And they've been active in our culture for nearly, really more than 100 years.
Wow.
They've been actively pursuing that campaign for an entire century, and they have made substantial leaps forward in their efforts. There, I say it, they have taken over and control the Democrat Party.
Wow.
A major traditional political party in our society has been taken over. We call them leftists. We call them woke. They are Marxist. And as Marxists, the guiding force in that party today is Marxist, and it is aiming for and working toward the breakdown of society, which is precisely what was happening under our President Biden's administration. We were being broken down. And that what's beginning to come out now is the people who are really in charge, the people who are calling the shots, the people who are determining the policy in the White House. It was not Biden. He was not capable of it. They were Marxists. They were Marxist Leninists who are committed to the overthrow of our government and the breakdown of our society. That really happened. And there is no acknowledgement among the major leadership of that party, even today, that really happened. More and more members of the Democrat Party are leaving. They're breaking off because they are beginning to understand what really was going on and what is going on. So Charlie Kirk was shot and killed today. Why was he shot and killed? Why? Because he opened a dialogue. He opened a dialogue, not because he was a vicious racist, not because he was spouting slander, but because he was opening a dialogue with young people in college environments and talking about the issues of the day. Did he have opinions? Of course he did. Were they vile, reprehensible, hateful opinions? Absolutely not. They were fundamental Christian loving principles which have been labeled by the Marxists as evil and corrupting. Do not misunderstand what is happening and what has been happening. If you are on the left or consider yourself to be on the left, you must evaluate where you are. Now, I'm not opposed to leftism. I was one and I still am. I still believe in the principle of open dialogue. I still believe firmly that dogmatism is wrong, but all of the dogmatism is coming from the left. It's not coming from the right. Who are the people being killed? Who are the people being killed for
People
their
in the right.
political views, for their religious views? Who are they? Are they people on the left? No. It is the people on the left who are doing the killing. Elon Musk said, and he's right, the Democrat Party is the party of murder. That's true. We don't need to be violent about it, but we need to say it because it is true. The violence has been coming from the left. Branding our president a Marx, Hitler
Wow.
is vile.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
vile. It's slanderous. It's vile. It's intended to excite people into a level of violence. And it is succeeding. The sweet young girl who was killed in Charlotte on the rail, in a train 2 nights ago, was killed by a madman who was deeply racist. And he did it out of his racism. That racism that he was enraged by did not come from our loving God. It did not come from the founding principles of our nation. It did not come out of genuine Christianity. It came out of the influence of Marxism in our society. And it must be weeded out, root and branch. It does not belong here. It is not who we are. We are not people of violence. We're not people of hatred. We are not people who divide by class. We are a community, a people who work together to build. That's who we truly are. We cannot afford to lose that, or we lose our soul. And we do then lose our nation.
Mhm.
Let Charlie Kirk's death be a warning sign to the left, to the Marxists, to the Leninists, to the woke, which is the party of zombieism. Anyone who considers themselves woke is a zombie. They have no intellectual fortitude at all. They are empty-headed and believe only the foolishness that's pumped into their brain by our enemies. Be on alert. Your days are numbered. We will not kill you, but we will save you from the horror you are engulfed in, because we will no longer tolerate that horror in our midst. Let it be done with. Once and for all, let it be done with, and let us return to the greatness that our president calls us to achieve. Our greatness. There's nothing evil about being great. We talk about our great God. God wants us to be great, to be His, to be whole, to be full of the riches He has to bestow upon us, that we may embellish the world and lift the world from agony, from misery, from the horror of fascism and the horror of fascistic communism that still pervades us today. Let it be done with. It is over. It is ended. It is the failure of a generation that does not deserve to rise from the ashes of its destruction. Let it be done with, and let not one soul be lost in the process. Let all be saved from the arrogance of ignorance. Let all be saved from the arrogance of ignorance.
Amen to that.
And let all be saved by a Savior who died that we might overcome the evil that pervades our lives and our community. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We loved you. You were a man among men, a joy to behold, and one we will never, never forget. Malloy says, what is Marxism?
It also like
Marxism,
Marxism and fascism. I'm not sure what the difference between the two is.
there's not really any difference. Marxists are fascists. Not all fascists are Marxists, but most are. Marxism, very simply, is the destruction of tradition, the destruction of the intellect, and the establishment of an authority that is rigid and absolute. Look at China if you want to see what Marxism is.
That
Marxism is one man ruling all with an iron fist. That is what Marxism is. It is the ultimate tyranny. And as such, it is the ultimate fascism. Fascism is nothing more than one nation determining it is superior in a way that gives it the authority to destroy all others. Some say that's happened to our nation. Well, if you look at all of the wars we have engaged in over the last 40 years, 50 years, that all of those wars have been instigated by Communist Party influence. They've not been instigated by the foundational principles of our nation. They've been instigated by greed. They've been instigated by the desire for political power. They've been instigated, in other words, by people who are not committed to the founding principles of this nation, but are committed solely to themselves and to their authority and to their power, and that of those who support them. So yeah, great harm has been done. Great harm has been done by us and to us. And we must relinquish that. We must confess that. And not a confession of, oh, we are a horrible people. Look what we've done. Look where our Constitution has led us. That is a lie. That is the father of lies. That is not where our Constitution and the Republic have led us. That is where the enemies who infiltrate us have led us. Be clear about this. Be crystal clear about this. We are not founded as a people of destruction and evil. We are founded as a people of goodness and love. That is not to say that we have not done evil things. We have. We have failed. But our failure is not in our principles. It is our failure to abide by our principles. It is our failure to abide by our principles. The principle of Marxism is the principle of the strong man. One man strong enough to rule them all. Some say that's Trump. Trump doesn't say that, nor does anyone who knows him or anyone close to him. They know, in fact, quite the reverse is true. Is he a strong man? You betcha. Is he there for himself? I would say no. I would say he is there for a greater good. I would say he has literally put his life on the line, as did Charlie Kirk. These are men who put their lives on the line in the face of terrible danger to work through and work out and live out and bring about the founding principles of our nation, which is that all men are created equal. All men. Some are not better than others. Some are not racist than others. Victims. All men and all women and all children are equal under God, who is our authority, according to our founding principles.
Wait,
Don't
we've got
get
an
it
updated
mixed up.
question from the same
Don't
person.
let the liars deceive you. How is it authoritarian dictatorship like fascism? Communism and fascism are the same thing.
Yeah.
There's no difference between them. Fascism is simply the establishment of a dominant authority. That's what communism is. It's nothing more than that. All of the gobbledygook about the equality of people, that's garbage. The equality of poverty, maybe. The equality of misery, maybe. Not the equality of a successful people. Communism kills people. It is the party of murder. It murders people. The estimation currently is that the Chinese population, which was at nearly 3 billion 10
Mhm.
years ago, is less than 1 billion today.
Wow. That's
It is in the hundreds of millions today. What happened to
right.
2/3 of their population in the last 10 years? They're
That's
gone.
insane.
They're gone.
Whoa.
They're dead.
Wow. That right there shows the evils of it.
That's why communism fell in Russia. It was deeply evil,
Mhm.
deeply evil. Why fascism falls. It is deeply evil. There is nothing about our founding principles that is fascistic. Nothing. Point to one thing that is fascist about the foundation of our nation. Just
Yeah.
one. You can't.
There
It's
isn't
not
any.
there. I'm not
There's not
talking
any.
about excesses. I'm not talking about failure. I'm not talking about corruption. Sure, there's been that, and there continues to be that, and we need to war against it. That's what we're facing today.
Mhm.
Warring against it. We must war against it. But we do that not by shooting people.
Right?
We do that by saving people. That's what Charlie Kirk is doing. He was out there saving people, helping people to think, to understand, to get a deeper understanding, a deeper awareness. He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching hope, for God's sake.
And Joey mentioned something, a society that may be related to this. I had never heard of it before. Maybe you've heard of it?
Yeah,
It's
that was that
Fabian Society?
the Fabian Society.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, absolutely. The Fabians were a little different. They were not part of the Communist Manifesto. Um, they adopted parts of it. Um, the Fabians came out of a bit of a different stream. They came out of a more intellectual stream in Western Europe. They're really not part of the Baltic communism movement. The oh, excuse me.
He has another comment too about them. This one?
Well, that's right. You're right about that. You have to understand that politics attracts people who are attracted to power, who want to achieve power, and they want the authority of power. They want the control that power gives them. They want the wealth it gives them, and it's easy to see it. It's right there in front of us. People who care more about embellishing themselves, getting rich, than they do about protecting and nurturing society. Oh, they may give lip service to it, but test the fruits. Look at the results. That's what's really critical. What's Matthew saying here? Not going to come on, Charlie Kirk. Oh, I know. I know. I know. I hear you, Matthew. God bless you. Thank you. How dare you, John Tucker says. I've got my liberal existence up against away from money. Well, God bless you. I do too. I consider myself a liberal. I do not consider myself woke or a leftist. I do consider myself a liberal because the tradition of liberalism is anti-dogma. It is open-minded conversation. It is dialogue. It is reason. And that is all but lost in the current leftist party. That's not a party of intellectual openness, for God's sake. It's just the opposite. I remember the Democrat convention 2 conventions ago when the name of God was mentioned, and virtually the entire audience booed, loudly booed the name of God. What is
They
that?
booed the name of God?
They booed when someone mentioned God. The immediate reaction was loud boos and catcalls. That was 2 conventions ago.
That's insane.
It is insane. And that's where we're at. And that's what has to be stopped. That madness. It's the madness that has driven weak-minded people to shoot and try to kill.
See, what I don't get is why can't everybody just get along and love one another? Why can't they just do that instead of all this craziness? Like, why shoot somebody because they have a different opinion than you? Like,
Dina, you're saying that because you are a person of love. There are too many people in our society that are not people of love. They're people who are angry, they're resentful, they're hateful, they're filled with conflict, they're controlled by passions. They're not people who have their lives under control, in control, and seek wisdom and seek truth. There are just too many people are not that way, and that's what needs to change. We need to get hold of our educational system and return it to what it must be, which is the raising of children as whole, healthy people, not as little bigots running around telling everybody who and what they hate. That's not education, that's indoctrination.
right?
So this is the night I go off. And if I get thrown off, so be it.
And I'm not sure what John Tucker's talking about. I'm not sure what a false flag is. No idea.
You think shooting Kim was a false flag?
What's a false flag?
That's bizarre. Well, it's a false flag is like if an enemy wants to sneak up on you, they'll fly their flag or put their flag on as emblems on their uniforms. They appear to be what they're not.
Oh.
It is those who appear to be what they are not. They have a hidden agenda. They're there not to do you good, but to do you harm. They only say they're there to do you good so they can get close enough to hurt you. That's the false flag. It's not passive, it's very active. It is an attempt to gaslight, to lie to, and to deceive.
That's wild.
So I don't know what shooting Charlie Kirk would be, how that would be a deception, unless you're saying that that one of Trump's followers killed him. There would be that would be an that would be an act of true insanity. Now, having said that, that is precisely what was happening during Vietnam. Let me tell
Really?
you another little story. I was in Boston during Vietnam. There was a little organization back then called Students for a Democrat Society, the SDS. I was one of the leaders of the SDS in Boston during the Vietnam War. I came up in it early. I was an early leader, passed in my draft card, got interviewed by the FBI in my dean's office, no less,
Wow.
was writing, holding rallies. And I did that until I noticed that my words were being twisted in print. What I was writing is not what was coming out. And what was coming out was clearly Marxist. And it began to see the influence of the Communist Party, the American Communist Party, if you will, in that organization. And realized it no longer stood for American principles, it stood for the destruction of American principles. And I left the movement. That was 1967 or thereabouts.
Wow. Oh, looks like we got Jacob.
I know we do. Jacob's in.
I just seen him.
Jacob, what's he want to do? He wants to show us his fish tank. And we do love watching his fish tank. So we look at Joseph's fish tank, Jacob's fish tank. All right, Jacob, you're going to get me off subject here, aren't you?
Hey, Jacob.
Hey guys, that's all I want to do. I just want to show my tank. It's so nice.
It is nice.
I know you do.
People just need to get over themselves and just have a good life and stop doing all this craziness. This is ridiculous.
Right? They need to love each other instead
And
of
there's the
being
perfect
violent.
example of how to do it. You got it.
So this is really unique. He has a stripe going down his eyeball on this side, and then if you look at this side, if he lets me do it, he's not. So it's all black
tell
on
you-
one side eyeball.
I'll-
So it's pretty
I'll
cool.
tell you what else. I'll tell you what else he has. He
What?
has a belly full of eggs.
Oh, she does.
That he is
Right
a little
there.
girl, and she's swelling up with roe. So
about
find
that
the boy. Where's the
What
male?
about that?
Oh
That's the
well,
male?
that might be. That could well be. That looks like a male to me. Could be him. Yeah, a couple of options in there, I think.
And then the other one, she is somewhere. She's in there somewhere. But they like to chill up here a lot. They've been making little caves right through here. The keyhole and the crawfish. Oh, there she is. See, there's the other one. Where's she at? Oh, there it is. See, there's the other one. See, there's the keyhole. He's doing good. That glass cat.
Yeah, he is.
And then my towel got, for some reason, it got drenched today. So I have to leave this open for like 24 hours because my towel is drenched. I guess the humidity had drawed moisture. Mm. Yeah, it's doing really good. These guys, if you get these guys in the right, they really reflect like a rainbow too. If you get him just at the right time, you can see a pearlescent scaling on him.
Oh yeah,
And then
that's a
I
cool one.
just basically each week, um, once these basically start going down a wee little bit, I just been going down here to my little stream and just collecting a bag full of them and then just tossing them in there. And then as they break down, as you see, they're breaking down. Uh, I just replace them all the time. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
See how they clean this? That's nice. See how well it's really amazing that my 55 is managing this mom and detritus buildup, but this 125 that I helped build, they're not doing things correctly. And they, I mean, I'm telling you, they got this much detritus and mom in their system the whole way around because it's not managing it. It's building up. You shouldn't have that much. And I feed 3 times a week, but I do let my system have a break as well. So that's also a good thing too. I let my system have a break, manage everything. He's getting big too, the shark.
Oh wow, that one has gotten big. Hey, put your hand up there by him, Jacob. I want to see how big he is. He looks pretty big. Oh, he is big. Wow, he
The
has really grown since you got him.
angelfish are probably 2 inches, 2.5 inches wide. He's at least 3 inches. He's big.
Yeah, he is big.
The loaches, though, they're getting big. They're hard to see sometimes. See, she comes up here a lot. She likes to come up here and hide from everybody.
Yes,
Them
she
keyholes.
does.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You give us a dose to cooling off. Little cold
yeah,
water there. Love your tank.
Love
thank
it.
y'all.
You you're a good man, Jacob. Thank you.
Thank y'all. So are you. Thank you.
And Better Great Lakes said that's just what he needed was Jacob and his tank. So let me get you on this side. There you go.
Oh dear.
I got a question flagged for you if you look in StreamYard. I've got it starred for you.
Oh, I don't know if I could find it. Can you put it up?
Yeah, I can put it up.
Yeah, I saw that. There was a governor who was on earlier today. I think he may be the governor of Illinois. I don't remember. Um, who was saying this is all Trump's fault? That Trump's the one who's stirring the pot.
Wow.
And this is a guy who's stirring the pot so badly that people are slaughtering themselves in his state. Just more of the same garbage.
Seems like the
I don't
world's
know
just
who the
going
government.
crazy.
Well, this occurred in Utah, so I'll be real interested to hear what the governor has to say about it. It was the University of Utah where it occurred. Oh dear. All right. So he got me off my rant. How'd it go? How long did it go? That was darn near 45 minutes. That was pretty good.
It was.
I got a lot in, actually. And I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, I
This
just can't
camera
believe
is
that
good.
I didn't hear about any of this until you told me, because I hadn't heard nothing. I haven't watched the news today or anything.
You haven't been online.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I've been working on the finance report, so I haven't even checked any of
Yeah.
that stuff.
It's really all over. He oh, we just lost you. I think you're
I'm
back.
back.
You froze. You froze for a second.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
Um,
with the internet.
he
today.
arrived at the hospital. He was shot in the neck, and they're not showing the shot because it hit an artery and it just blood just exploded out of him. But he had a heartbeat at the hospital, so he was critical, and but it was too much blood loss, I'm sure. Plus, you can't once that artery goes. Tragic day. Tragic day.
But it has been.
Right. Well, I think we're going to end this at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I really don't want to go beyond that. I needed to get out what I got out, and I think I said all I can say about it.
It's been a long day.
I'm glad Jacob came up, brought us back down to earth, I guess. We got a few more minutes. Anybody else want to put in their 2 cents worth? Yeah, the video was very graphic, just frighteningly so. We'll see how it all plays out.
Mm-hmm. And Todd definitely
hope-
made an interesting observation.
Yeah, no question. Well, I was around when Kennedy was shot. I was a young man. In fact, I was at Boston University in the School of Theology. That happened in the fall. And I was there when it happened. I remember standing in my living room when we heard it. Pulled 2 platters back there. Well, really good question. I think what I would do is a cleanup. Siphon out as much as you can without tearing it apart. Do about a 25% water change. You might do that a couple of times. Just try to get it cleaned up. Don't put any medication in there because that's just going to kill stuff. And there's really no need to do that. I think if you clean it up, you'll be doing all you really need to do. Yeah, that's it's a fairly common problem. The thing about bacteria is bacteria is always there. It's absolutely unavoidable. It's the foundation of, frankly, the foundation of life. Why am I?
It looks like we have Stephanie here.
I'm trying to. Why can I not clear that? Are we working against each other?
No, I'm not clicking. I can try to clear it though. See if
you
works.
can get it out. There we go. That worked. Stephanie, what's Stephanie about?
Hey, Stephanie, we lost your camera.
Oh,
there
she
you
was
are.
here.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
Okay, here I'll show you
Is
my
she
tank. I
back?
just started it
I don't see
this
your
last
camera.
weekend.
Look, she's up. I'll make
Is
her
she?
full screen where you can see her.
Where?
Can you see her now?
No, I've got a black screen.
That's strange because I can see her. Yeah, she's
That's
up on the live
strange.
showing her tank.
Oh, I'm Yeah, I don't. I'm.
I just
I got
started it
nothing.
last week. It's
We'll go ahead
not
and talk to
done.
her. Maybe it'll come up.
I was gonna plant some
I'm
more
not seeing
today. I'll
anything.
probably get that done when I get off of here.
Never had that happen before.
That's not the filter, I mean, heater I'm gonna keep in there or anything. It's just temporary.
Yeah,
But
angle
I'm
the camera
really,
down a little bit. The
oh,
lights. There you go. Now you should be able to see it, Father Fish. Can you see the guppies?
No, I'm frozen.
Oh
oh,
no, he's frozen on his end. Well, it's gorgeous. Your female guppies are beautiful.
oh. You can hear
I'm
me?
gonna go out and come back.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, that one I just started. I'm in a wheelchair, so I just have a hard time. And then I got this little tank. I'm gonna change all my tanks.
That's
Uh,
beautiful.
any rate, I got a couple angels in there. It's really small, but
What all
I
you got in there? It's gorgeous.
got I got more tanks on the way, and I just thought I'd share that for now. And I'll get out of here, okay?
Hey, I'm glad you did. I love your setups.
Okay, I love y'all, okay?
Love ya.
Take it easy. Sorry there's so much hatred and crazy out there.
Right, it's
Love
really
y'all.
sad. It looks like everybody could just love one another.
Yeah, yeah, I'm all about that.
Right?
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. We should have Father Fish back in just a minute. He had a glitch on his computer where the screen went black, so he should be back soon. If anybody else wants to come up and show their tank, feel free to come up. All you have to do is click on the pin link. We've got about 10 minutes before we be logging off. We're going to cut it short today. Let's see what we got in the chat. We got Christian B, Sunny G, we got Adam. Let's see what Adam says here. Very true. Evil grins about evil deeds. God bless Charlie Kirk. May the light and love win this fight against evil. Very true, Adam. We got Father Fish back. Can you see us now?
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Tank.
Yeah, that was really nice setups. I don't know what the glitch is.
Hey, Adam. Amen. Amen to that. All right. What are we doing? We got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
I think part of what's been happening, I think people of faith tend to be self-conscious. And when someone accuses them of something nefarious, I think they internalize that and check it out and determine whether it's true. I mean, that's a healthy minded thing to do. The problem is we're doing it in the face of people who do not have our best interests at heart, but are seeking to tear us down and destroy us. And I think we haven't really acknowledged that adequately, that there are real enemies and that those enemies are able to infiltrate the minds and hearts of our brothers and sisters and drag them into just a cesspool of ignorance and hatred. And that's what we need to work to overcome. We need to provide the option, the alternative to that. And I think part of that means not tolerating it when it's expressed, just not tolerating it. When someone says something uniquely stupid or evil or malevolent, call them out on it. Say, I don't agree with you. I think what you're saying is ignorant and malicious. And if you want to talk about it, I'll talk with you about it. But if you're too far gone to talk, then just leave my presence or I'll leave yours, because I don't want to deal with people who are firmly committed to being cruel. There are a lot of signals, a lot of things happening, and they're all coming together. I really believe, sincerely believe, that we are on the cusp of a great restoration, a great renaissance in our culture that's going to bring about the kind of commitment to truth and goodness that will raise up the poor and the sick and the broken all over the earth. I think that's what all of this is presaging. And the evil cannot be allowed to persist. But it's only when we stand against it that we're able to overcome it. And we can overcome it because it is a liar, it is a deceiver, it is a false doctrine. It has no authority at all, no power really at all, except what we permit it to have. So we need to stop permitting it. We need to call it for what it is. We need to pray over those who are captured by it, that they can be redeemed, that they can break those chains of ignorance and hatred, of mean-spirited, of heartlessness, of cruelty, of a feeling of a sense of me first. So, well, God bless you all.
God bless y'all.
I was we're putting together a video now on Aquashella. It was one of the most remarkable experiences, really, of my life.
Mine
Because
too.
I was the biggest YouTuber there, which is a very strange position for me to be in. People were swarming me the whole time I was there. Just hundreds and hundreds of people. The line to take a picture with me or to shake my hand or to thank me was wrapped around
Right.
it really was.
It was.
It was unbelievable experience. Yeah, I came away from it just feeling like an old man had finally done something right. And it gave me the courage and the excitement and the joy to want to go on and to do more and to give back to those who have found something in what I'm doing that makes a difference to them. I cannot tell you how many people said to me, "You saved the hobby for me."
Yeah, a lot. There was a
And
lot of people I saw come up and say that.
it's all all over putting a little bit of dirt in your fish tank. Ain't it great?
It is.
All right, what is this, Todd? You don't blame religion being Christian or Muslim. I'm a
He's
Christian.
responding to John Tucker.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, John needs a long conversation. John, if you want to come on over to Discord, we can spend time there chatting. It's a great place to have a long, hard conversation.
Hmm.
It's a very warm, accepting place. You can't be a jerk. That's the only rule. No jerks allowed. And if you don't know what they mean, just ask. It ain't something a normal person would engage in. So, all right, love you all.
Love y'all.
Thank you for being here. Mercy.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishes are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
God bless you all.
God bless
See
y'all.
you. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Next Sunday. Thanks for now. Love you.
Bye. Love y'all.
Poor John. Come on up, John. I'll talk to you. Absolutely. Golf ball. Cute. Love you guys.
Love y'all.